but I don't know what'll happen.
Okay, let's come to order, please. This is going to do the first case on the docket is Commonwealth Kentucky versus James Buddy Whitlow. We're taking it out of order because Mr. Whitlow is in the Barron County Jail, and they've been kind enough to go ahead and allow us to have him because they've got other court today.
And I don't see them on yet.
Is it?
Okay, everybody that's not involved in this case, you need to flip your camera off, okay? Nor be careful. We might not see you again if you don't hit the right button.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Thank you.
What'd you find out? Fine, he's got plenty of time.
You know how they are sometimes.
Give him a hard time.
Yeah.
Buddy Whitlow.
Yeah.
Who's Jailer Joey White? I wonder where that's from.
Adair County.
Dare County, okay. We got two of Dare counties then.
He's on there. Glad you didn't say anything about our jailer up there. We depend on him in Cumberland County.
I know it. I'm always slurring jailers, so I've got to be watching.
You're envious of their jobs, what they want to do, you know that.
Yeah. No, I was just curious because it had a Dare County jail and that on there. I wondered if they two links this morning.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what my script had. Let's see if they're going to be on here. If they're not, we'll just come back to them.
There's Barron County.
Barron County Detention Center.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Commonwealth Kentucky versus James Buddy Whitlow. Are you James Buddy Whitlow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a motion here. There's a pretrial conference scheduled. Mr. Stone has filed a motion to withdraw his counsel. Before I rule on that, Mr. Stockton, where are we on this case? Is there any immediate need in it other than the other cases that are involved?
No, Your Honor, he'll just, if we can't reach a resolution, we'll need a trial date whenever we can have trials.
Okay, well, we'll start next month. We're going to start setting some trial dates at the next day. Mr. Whitlow, do you have money to obtain a lawyer?
No, sir.
Okay, well, evidently that's been one of the problems. Mr. Soames says that he's financially embarrassed in this case and you hadn't been able to pay him. So I will appoint the Office of Public Advocacy to take your case. And someone, Ms. Costello, if you'll get, this is 20 CR 0067. If you'll make contact, what is our next rule day?
What is today, the 24th? March 24th, I believe.
Is
March
that correct?
25th.
March 25th.
Oh, 24th.
Okay. So you will reschedule this for March 25th. What is the bond condition of Mr. James Buddy Whitlow?
Judge, look like you're holding him with that bond. Looks like he had a bond violation of some kind. So
Yeah. Well, Ms. Costello, if you'll take a look at that bond violation and review his situation of bond, and if you think it rises to the level that you need to take some action, you can call Mr. Stockton, okay? Okay, I'll allow you
Yes,
to
Your
be,
Honor.
Mr. Soam, you're excused, okay?
Thank you very much,
This
Your Honor.
case, okay. Mr. Whitlow, we'll see you next month. Okay, I'm going to go around to some of the private counsel that I see. Mr. Whittenberg, what do you have on today?
I ain't heard him file. Okay.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you.
Okay. I've got Caitlin Hickenbotham. It's a
Yeah.
revocation hearing, Your Honor.
Yeah, okay. Commonwealth Kentucky versus Caitlin Page Hickenbotham, 18 CR 0083. Now, is she in the Wayne County Jail?
She is, Your Honor.
Okay, Wayne County, are you on there? There you are.
You want me to stand up? Yeah, stand up.
Okay, are you Caitlin Page Hickenbotham?
Yes, Your Honor.
This is 18 CR 0083. We're here today on a motion to revoke pretrial diversion. Mr. Stockton, you want to present your case?
Yes, Miss Higginbotham was in drug court, Your Honor, and she was terminated from drug court back in August. And I've got Mr. Murphy standing by if he'll join us.
We'll just go over a few things and maybe we won't have to have it. See if they stipulate.
She had the following sanctions: 3-4-19 positive for THC, 3-17-19. She had increased levels of THC in her test. 4-20-19 failed to produce a sample. 4-26-19 positive for THC. 5-14-19 positive for THC. 12-19 did not show up for testing. 4-29-20 positive for methamphetamine. 5-4-20 positive for THC. 5-13-20 positive for meth and THC. 5-19-20 positive for meth and THC. She was placed in the Independence House for Women on 6-10-20. Did not follow the rules and left the facility on 8-18-20. Doing to be six warrant issued. She was notified to turn herself in. She did not. She was arrested in Wayne County. Give me just a second here. Find my citation. She was arrested in Wayne County finally on the warrant and new charges on 1/13. Oh, I'm sorry, that's her birthday. On 2/13/21 for fleeing and evading police, second degree, excessive windshield tinting, possession of marijuana and possession of a controlled substance, first degree meth, and drug.
Okay. Mr. Whittenberg, you want to stipulate to these violations?
If he's got there, I'm sure that the records are probably correct, Your Honor. Yeah.
Okay, we'll stipulate. Now, Mr. Stockton, what do you want to do in this case?
I think her diversion needs to be revoked, Your Honor.
Okay, and now, Mr. Whittenberg, would you like to make an argument or call a witness?
Well, Your Honor, I don't think we can deny that she does have a drug problem. She's tried to get help, and I think the fact that she was able to leave the place was very much to her detriment. I think she's proved beyond a reasonable doubt that she's not capable of handling this problem on her own. Currently, I think she's 16 weeks pregnant, and it's my understanding. I've sent the records to.
Here's the thing, Mr. Wittenberg, you can't testify in this case. I mean, if you got some proof that you want to put on, I'll listen. You want to put her on?
I will, Your Honor, but I plan on putting her on too. But I'm just going to say I've sent the proof to Mr. Stockton. I don't know if we need to forward it to you as well after she testifies.
Well, here's the problem. This is not the first time that we've dealt with her. I believe we dealt with her previously during a pregnancy. I looked at some of the records, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm always very reticent to allow someone who has her drug abuse history out during a pregnancy for fear that the fetus, the baby, will be hurt. So if you want to put her on and take some testimony, that's fine. She can testify that she's pregnant and everything. But I think she was probably outside the law. If she's 4 months pregnant, that was during her period of absconding. Is that correct, Mr. Stockton?
If that's the correct gestation date, that would be correct.
Yeah, so I don't know. Well, you can call her as a witness, Mr. Wittenberg, if you'd like.
We call Clayton Higginbotham to the.
Would you raise your right hand, young lady? Would you swear the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please proceed,
Hey.
Mr. Wittenberg.
Caitlin, can you state your full name for the record?
Do you want my legal name now, or do you want the name on the docket?
Well, you need to tell us what your name on the docket is, and I guess what your legal name is now, if your name is changed.
Yes, on the docket, my name is Caitlin Paige Higginbotham. My name now is Caitlin Paige Hughes.
Okay. Now,
Hold on just a second. Is Paige a middle name, or was it original maiden name?
That's my middle name, sir.
Okay, well, let's include just in the new last name is what?
Hughes.
Okay, well, let's amend the indictment and the docket just to add Hughes to the name. So we'll keep the first, middle, and last name and add Hughes. Is that all right with you, Mr. Stockton?
That's agreeable.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Higginbotham.
these dates of drug tests and stuff like that, Caitlin, are those correct? I mean, have you had I guess an ongoing drug problem for the last couple of years?
The drug tests for the THC was when I first entered drug court, and my levels were supposed to go down. I do not know how the THC levels rose. When I tested for methamphetamine, my dad committed suicide. And I told I told Mr. Murphy that I had relapsed due to my dad committing suicide. And I went to Independence House. When I went to Independence House, I was 19 days away from leaving. And there was 3 girls from Clinton County who had drugs there, and I presented my case to them. I asked to call Mr. Murphy. They said that if they handed me my phone to call him, that I was required to leave. I said that if me calling my drug court requires me to leave, then so be it. But I believe that I needed to contact my drug court because there were drugs in the facility, and I thought that it was a problem.
Okay, now who is Mr. Murphy?
Mr. Murphy was my drug court coordinator.
Okay. Did you ever get a hold of him on those issues?
Yes, I did.
What did he advise?
He advised that the rehab stated that they offered me 30 more days, and I refused and left, and that is not the case.
Okay, well, what was the case?
What I just said, because I did get caught with a cell phone in there that I was not allowed to have. So I was not allowed to have any kind of phone contact with anybody. And they had my phone, and I requested to have my phone so that I could get his number and be able to speak with him about the issues. And that's when they said that, if they handed me my phone, that I would need to pack my stuff and leave. They handed me my phone. I walked outside. I called Mr. Murphy. He did not answer. I left him a voice message. And I also sent him a text message. When I went back inside, they said that I needed to pack my stuff. I packed my stuff and I left as they told me to.
Now, June 10th of 2020, does that sound about like the right date that you left Independence House?
That is the date that I was admitted into Independence House. I left. It was August 19th, I believe, is when I left the Independence House.
And how many more days did you have before you were going to be able to complete the program?
19 days. I was due to be released on September 8th.
Okay.
And if I can make another statement, I will be 20 weeks pregnant on Sunday.
Okay. What did you do after you left Independence House? Where'd you go? What did you do?
I went home.
Okay.
I got married August 22nd. I had planned on turning myself in. My daughter's first birthday was August 29th. I'd planned to turn myself in after that. Not long after that, I found out I was pregnant, and being high risk, I was scared to turn myself in for the sake of not being able to get the care that I needed if something were to happen.
Have you had several pregnancies before that have been unsuccessful?
I lost 9 pregnancies before I had my daughter.
Okay. Were you going to TJ Regional Health, or were you going to the?
I'm sorry, you broke up.
Were you seeing a doctor for your pregnancy?
Dr. Deering at TJ Health Pavilion, yes, sir, in Glasgow, Kentucky.
Okay. And they were aware that you're, I guess, high risk for the pregnancy?
Yes.
What were kind of their recommendations, as you understand, as far as, I guess, have medications or care or exams or? Involved? Look, what's involved in a high-risk pregnancy? What's different from a normal pregnancy as opposed to your high-risk pregnancy that they have to do special as opposed to that has a normal pregnancy?
I have 8 different blood disorders that will not allow me to carry. I also do not produce progesterone at all, which is something you have to be able to carry. So I receive 100 milligrams of progesterone a day to be able to carry. If I did not have that, I would not be able to carry my daughter or this child right now, as well as blood thinners and prenatals and such.
Do you have private insurance that carries that or anything like that, or what pays for
I
that?
have state insurance. I have passport.
Okay. This fleeing, evading, and drug paraphernalia, I guess the charge on 2/13 of this year. What happened there?
I was heading to Wayne County and I turned right. I don't know the streets very well. I'm not from Kentucky. I turned right at a little gas station. I was headed to a friend's house. I didn't really evade. It's a little 2-lane road. There was nowhere to pull off. I pulled off at the first place that I could pull off. I was not running.
Okay. What would you like for the court to do? I mean, the Commonwealth's attorneys recommending a revocation of your pretrial diversion. What would you like to be considered?
I mean, you know as well as I do, I've never been in trouble until all this stuff happened. I don't understand really any of this. I have not been, I'll tell you right now, yes, I smoked pot during this pregnancy. No, I have not done any methamphetamine or anything like that since I have been pregnant, because of the fact that I do not want to lose my child. I mean, I really don't know what I need to do or what I need to say.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. She can answer questions and let's move on. It's time to move on.
Well, we are. The medications that you're supposed to be taking, are you getting them currently where you're at?
I got them 4 days after I was admitted here.
Okay. Is that, I mean, is that something you take every day, every few days, or what? Has there been any problems with getting it? Or
during the 4 days that I did not have it, I was bleeding a little bit. I was hurting. And then once I got the medication, I stopped hurting and I have stopped bleeding since then. I do hurt every now and again just because I am very prone to placenta tears, and I had a placenta tear as I came in here due to my blood disorders.
is there anywhere that you know you can go maybe and be monitored and the court be assured that you're not going to be doing drugs that'll harm the baby, and I guess get the counseling or whatever for your possible drug problems and stuff?
I mean, of course, I would ask that, I do get to go home. I would love to be able to do something on the streets if that is anything possible. If they would like me to go to a rehab until I had the baby,
Okay, let me ask you, where would home be? Would that be Clinton County, or where would it be?
It would be in Albany, yes, sir.
Do you live by yourself, or who do you live with?
My husband lives with me,
And what's your husband's name?
Christopher.
Does he work, or what does he do?
He had back surgery a few weeks ago, so he is still currently laid off from work right now. We are supposed to go back to the doctor in March to see what the back surgery did, and to see if he can be.
Objection.
medically-
This is not relevant.
Okay, well, but you would go to live with him if you were to be able to get out, correct?
Yes, sir. It is my home. I own it. It is mine.
Okay. Do you have anything else to add that you think is relevant?
Objection. That's a.
Okay, you have any questions, Mr. Stockton?
Yes, Your Honor, just one. Miss Higginbotham, you had meth in your truck, didn't you, in Wayne County when you were stopped by the officer?
There was no actual meth. It was just residue.
Okay, just residue. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I have no questions.
You have any other questions, Mr. Stockton? You kind of broke up there.
No, I said no other questions.
You broke up. I didn't hear that portion of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to make a brief argument that you haven't made already, Mr. Wittenberg?
Well, no, I mean, the court knows what my argument is. I think she probably needs to go to rehab. I know she
Okay,
wants to go
Mr. Stockton, do you have an argument?
Yes, Your Honor. If I was the cynical person, I would think that Miss Hughes left rehab and immediately got pregnant, thinking she'd never go back to jail. And also, I don't think her testimony is credible that she's not used meth when she's got meth residue in her pickup. She says she's got this placenta tear, but she's out running around going to Wayne County with no explanation instead of being home. If she was a high-risk pregnancy, I think she'd curtail her activities. And I'm not buying this that she never turned herself in. I mean, she could have turned herself back into drug court in August, and they'd probably worked with her. But she did what I believe this pregnancy it may be high risk, but I also think the health of the child is high risk if it's born, if she's released.
Well, I've listened very carefully to what this defendant has said. It seems like to me that she was in a self-directed program. She was going to turn herself in after this or after that, or she's going to stay out for the birthday, or this is not how it works. When you're in drug court, you're supposed to comply. When you're in rehab, if they give you extra 30 days, you're supposed to comply. They can't let you decide when you're going to use your phone. You can't ignore the rules when you want to. So I think that you have not been compliant. Now, I didn't hear any testimony as to what stage in your previous pregnancies that you lost your the pregnancy terminated. But I've received calls from unusual sources in this case. The county judge executive here in Cumberland County had received a call from the Wayne County corrections folks to say that there was going to be high-end medical costs, and he encouraged me to do something on it. And I told him that I appreciate his input, but that's not the way it was done. We had to make decisions, and I appreciate the information, and I do appreciate, because there is quite a cost to the taxpayers. But on the other hand, I've heard no medical evidence or proof that indicates otherwise. Now, there is a place, if the Wayne County Jail, and I think they do an excellent job at the Wayne County Jail, but if they have fears that there are going to be medical costs, I believe there are provisions up at Pee Wee Valley or near LaGrange where inmates can be hospitalized that have pregnancies. So I would suggest maybe that'd be the thing. So I'm going to revoke the pretrial diversion. I'm going to order a pre-sentence investigation report done on the 25th, and I'm going to request that a medical examination be done of this young lady with the consulting physician in Wayne County to determine if I should enter an order to transport her. to a medical facility where she can have some more immediate services than we have right now. Okay. Thank y'all very much.
Judge, that gonna be 25th of March.
Yeah, 25th of March. And also, Mr. Garner, could you see that if we could click her ticket over from a county prisoner to a state prisoner? I think there's a provision when I'm awaiting the pre-sentence investigation report on revocation in there when there's a sanction situation.
I believe you might be right, Your Honor. I'll definitely look into it, and
I would appreciate that, and that way it might make transport to that medical facility up there easier. Okay.
No problem, sir.
Okay. Well, good luck with your pregnancy, Miss Higginbotham. Okay.
Your Honor, I have nothing further for the court. May I be excused?
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there any other private counsel? Mr. Nick Carter, you're on there, but you're now an assistant Commonwealth attorney. I don't see anybody else. Is there any other attorney on here that I'm not seeing? Murphy, do you have another further need?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, I want to tell you, Mr. Murphy, I was over at the basketball game. I'll tell you in front of some people. Actually, people only tell you bad things. Over at the Monroe Cumberland County basketball game the other night, and some of your one of the coaches was really getting on some of the players, and they reminded me, and I didn't know about how you used to use that clipboard on the floor and everything, but I thought, oh, they're fixed to burn Mr. Murphy up. And then they said, but nobody was ever kinder or loved his players any more than Glenn Murphy. I thought I would tell you that very few times. Wow. People do compliments. So I want to compliment you on having that kind of legacy, and you can be excused. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, so there's no other attorney on here, and I guess everyone else is in the Adair County Jail. So we'll go with Jesse Scott. Do what?
Your Honor, I'm so sorry to interrupt. Mr. Ronald Roberts is at the Wayne County Jail, I believe.
Okay. Well, we'll go back to the Wayne County Jail. I didn't know that. Sorry, Wayne County. Mr. Roberts in.
Oh, here it is. Here. I don't need to follow this.
Okay, Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Ronald K. Roberts, 16 CR 0051. You're Mr. Roberts, is that correct?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, now I got on my docket here that there's a motion for shock probation, and Ms. Costello was supposed to get additional medical records. Is that correct, Ms. Costello?
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you have?
We have received those records, and I forwarded those to Mr. Stockton. Mr. Roberts, since he for a long time, and while he has been in custody at the Wayne County Jail, suffers from pleurisy and high blood pressure, other issues with his heart. He's undergone he's had to go to the hospital several times. He receives daily medications. The medical records were lengthy in that and showing what his daily medicines are.
You want me to transport him to a medical facility at a penal institute, or recommend the Department of Corrections do that? Is that what you're telling me?
No, Your Honor, we would ask the court to please shock him out based on those medical conditions. With Mr. Roberts being
how long has he been in? How long has he been in?
He has been in on this.
I've been in since September the 18th of last year, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, we have anybody from probation and parole on there? Mr. Garner, are you still on?
Yes, sir.
Are you familiar with this gentleman's case?
I was reviewing it as we were speaking, and it looks like this was Officer Payne's previous case. So I'm not familiar with the full details.
Mr. Stockton, are you familiar with the details on how long his sentence is, or how?
Yeah, he had a 12-year sentence, Your Honor. He served over a year probably before he entered his plea, and he was probated at that time. He had some issues. He went into the drug court. He was terminated from the drug court in Wayne County. That's the reason he's in. Then he had pneumonia and COVID while he was in the jail. Thankfully, he recovered. Mrs. Costello selectively sent me some medical records. I think she's accurate in what she says. However, I would point out that on January the 6th, 2020, he had an episode where he was short of breath and not feeling very well. And they took his O2 level at that time. This is subsequent to the COVID pneumonia after he recovered. He had an O2 level of 96%. And I've got some experience with O2 levels with my asthma. My best O2 level on my best day is 97, and I can swim a half a mile a day if I need to. So I don't see that he's in any acute distress at this time. I've not been furnished any records that he has been. So I would object to the shock probation.
Your Honor, and it's not my position that he's in acute distress right now. And I forwarded Mr. Stockton all of the records that I had on Mr.
I just don't think what you have at this juncture is sufficient. And what you need to do is, I don't understand why he hasn't been transported somewhere with a sentence that length of time. I don't understand why he's still there in Wayne County. Could you look into that, Mr. Garner, to see if there's any hold on him or something somewhere why he hadn't been transported out of Wayne County?
Yes, sir. I'll look into it.
Your Honor, if you don't care, it's been explained to us that at this moment in time, the governor's not allowing us to move any prisoners due to COVID. So we are not allowed to move any state inmates. We have sent in medical movements, but they're denying them because of COVID.
Yeah. Well, you know, there's new jurisdiction in all these circuit courts now as far as determining the constitutionality of state actions. Y'all might want to file one. I hadn't had the opportunity to rule on anything like that. I'm not prejudged to that, but I just don't think it's fair to the facilities like Wayne County and these other counties who have people that are going to be in there long term. It's not really fair to the inmates either.
Mr. Roberts.
No, it's not fair to him at all. So I'm not saying what anybody ought to file or anything, Ms. Costello, but that might be an interesting thing to take a look at.
Your Honor, I'm familiar with what you're talking about, and there's been some talk about those motions the last couple of weeks. So I'll get with Mr. Roberts. And,
I will sign the agreed order if you want me to send it. If you want to transfer him, I'll sign the agreed order.
Well, why don't y'all work something up? We'll try that. Maybe we can help y'all relieve your situation and get him in a place where he's has access to medical care if it's appropriate. Okay, well, thank y'all very much. And I guess there's nothing else at Wayne County. Y'all can be excused. Thank you for your cooperation, okay?
At least we can do that.
Okay, let's go to the beginning of the docket. Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Jesse Scott Allen.
Judge, I don't know if it'd be.
Your microphone's off now, Adair County.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. We've got four females on the docket today. Would it be okay to
Sure.
take them up first?
Savannah Branham, one of them?
Yes, she is.
We'll call Savannah Branham. Commonwealth versus Savannah Branham, 20 CR 0060. Are you Savannah Crystal Lachey Branham?
Yes, sir.
What's your year of birth?
6893.
Last four digits of your social security number, ma'am.
6915.
You're here today for the purpose of sentencing. Have you had an opportunity to look at the pre-sentence investigation report done by the probation bureau? Is it substantially correct?
Yes.
Ms. Costello, is there any reason why this lady should not be sentenced today?
Your Honor, I think the only correction on her form, I've spoken to Mr. Stockton about this, maybe potentially her jail credit. If she's only receiving 2 days, so if probation and parole could just review her credit, because I know she's been in on this case. She was in custody last month, and she was in when we took the plea, and has been in since then. So she would have more than 2 days if probation and parole could review that.
Well, is this pretrial, could y'all take a look at that real quick to see if she's got a hold on her on anything else?
And she does have a pending felony case in Cumberland County, Your Honor, so it could be the jail
She's got a
credit.
$5,000 bond for criminal district holding her right now as well, so.
Well, that's what she's being held on. That's the reason they didn't give her the jail credit. Upon a plea of guilty in 20 CR 0060 for the charge of possession of controlled substance, defendant shall receive a sentence of 6 years. On plea of guilty on indictment 20 CR 0061 on possession of controlled substance, she shall receive a sentence of 3 years. On plea of guilty in 20 CR 0062, charge of possession of controlled substance, she will receive 2 years. All these sentences shall run consecutively 8 years. The defendant probated, however, for 5 years supervised if she enters and completes the Cumberland County Specialty, also known as the drug court program. What is the clerk's office on? I don't see you on.
No, they were having technical difficulties.
So you'll pay the court cost upon your release, starting at $30 a month. And you shall receive credit for the jail time that's mentioned in here. Now, the Commonwealth has agreed not to indict on any crimes which occur as a result of undercover drug buy on November 21st, 2019. Now, I don't know whether that's the district court cases that we're talking about or not. Do you know if the district court charges something different than that, Ms. Costello?
Sorry, I was muted. It is a different charge, Your Honor.
What is that different charge?
It is a burglary second charge, Your Honor. I had previously spoken to Mr. Stockton about that.
Yeah, that probably should have been handled on the information indictment. Because of everything the way it is, it wasn't done. I've spoken to the victim. I anticipate that case will either be dismissed or run concurrently with this case. So
was there restitution due in that case?
Now there was some personal property items, but I think those were recovered at the scene.
Well, would you agree to adding this charge, Ms. Costello, by information, and would you accept the information as part of this case? Take a sentence, let's say, of 3 years and run it concurrent with each time. Would that be all right, Mr. Stockton?
That's fine with me, Your Honor.
Would that be all right with you?
As long as Ms. Branham doesn't have an objection, I think that's a good idea.
You understand that? Okay, now listen to me. You go into drug court and it'll give you an opportunity with Judge Costello and Mr. Murphy and other people that work it to turn your life around. Do you have children?
Yes,
How many do you have?
I have 3.
How old are they?
6, 4, and 1.
You think they need you?
Yes.
I know they need you. Everybody needs a mother that they can be proud of. And, you know, you have some discretion, you know, some major indiscretions and crimes here, but that doesn't mean that you can turn your life around. So Mr. Stockton sits on the drug court too, and he believes in it. They're there to help you. I think Ms. Costello sits on. Do you still sit on it? So
Yes,
this is your chance. You can do this. You can get this stuff expunged. You can turn your life around, and you can be there when all your children need you in these times. Okay, if you will, it's up to you.
Yes.
Okay. When can she be assessed yet for the drug court?
Yes.
Has she been assessed?
Yes, she's been assessed and accepted.
Accepted. Okay. As soon as we schedule the orientation, she can be released on the morning of the orientation, given time to go home and maybe clean up and come to the orientation, and then we'll transfer you over to them. Okay.
I think Ms. Costello will need to submit an order on the bond on that burglary case, reduce the bond or something until the paperwork's done.
And I had already contacted Judge Castillo and Mr. Bell this morning about that. So I think we have an agreement on that one. So I hope
Okay.
Anyway.
And Judge, as of right now, I really don't have any way to include that new charge in the judgment. I mean, there's not been a formal arraignment or waiving of a formal arraignment. There's
Well,
not
I'll
been-
have her to waive the formal arraignment then. Would that take care of it?
Well, then
Yeah.
I think she also has to formally enter the plea and waive all of her rights and all of that. And
Can we set her for the 25th and do that on the 25th of March and just enter the plea, or do you want to do it next week in Clinton County?
Well, what I was thinking the problem is getting her, she won't be in jail, so it'll be hard to get her back on camera. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I'm thinking about. So
Okay.
I can.
Just don't have a date of offense, or I don't have any information for the
Megan, can
judge.
you hold off doing the judgment till we do the paperwork and submit it to Ms. Costello and she can forward it? That way you can include it in the judgment after the clerk
Yeah,
signs it.
yeah, that'll
I
be
can
fine.
take it under advisement, but the problem is until that judgment is entered, they can't take her into the drug court.
We can probably get it over to you today, so.
Okay, that'll be good. We'll do it that way.
Okay.
Thank you, Megan, for keeping me straight on that thing. So,
You sign my name.
Department of Corrections would probably jump up and down if we didn't do it like that. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, who's your next female? There. Athena Brown, would that be right?
Yeah, that'd be right.
Athena Brown. Commonwealth Kentucky versus Athena Brown, 19 CR 0064. Are you Athena Brown?
Yes, sir.
Were you born in 1982?
Yes.
The last four digits of your social security number, 4614, correct? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're here today on a motion to revoke probation. Could you just give us a little background, Mr. Stockton, see if there's going to be testimony or stipulation?
Your Honor, we had a hearing last month on this. It's a 3-year sentence on receiving stolen property. Ms. Brown didn't report or cooperate with Officer Garner here, and she was actually arrested when she met with her probation officer in Indiana. And you asked Ms. Costello to get the records from Indiana to see if she'd been supervised properly. And that's where we are.
What do you have,
Your Honor,
Mr.
Your Honor, I contacted probation and parole in Indiana, and they did not have any records because it was the day that she was doing her intake with them that she was arrested on her Kentucky charge. So they did not have any. She had been serving a sentence there, released, reported for her intake, and was arrested that day. So they don't have any records of supervision because they weren't supervising her yet.
Your Honor, I had a suggestion. I don't know if it'll work or not, but while she's in jail, I don't know why probation and parole couldn't go meet with her and get the ICOT started where they would accept a transfer, and maybe they could get her the process of being transferred to Indiana and get her released at that point in time.
Mr. Garner, y'all don't have to go into jail to do that, do you? Can't you do that virtually?
Whatever.
Your Honor, I could do that virtually. I'm with Jesse on that. I don't think that'd be an issue. According to the regulations of ICOTS, though, she couldn't be sent there since she. Ms. Brown, are you a legal resident of Indiana?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I was just
So-
visiting here to begin with.
Until Indiana approves the reporting instructions and approves your placement in Indiana, and they do the investigation at the residence in which you live, then they will accept that transfer. Once they accept that transfer, then we can legally send you to be supervised in Indiana.
Okay, are you going to take care of that, Ms. Costello, to get that underway with those Indiana folks, or how does that have to happen?
Mr. Garner will have to apply for it and send the request off.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead and do that, and then by agreed order, anything else I have to sign, we can do that once we get her transferred back up there, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll continue to next rule day just in case nothing's happened, March 25th. Contessa Gore. Commonwealth Kentucky versus Contessa Gore, 20 CR 0048. Are you Contessa Morgan Gore?
Yes.
What's your year of birth, ma'am?
96.
And the last four digits, your social security number?
0494.
Okay, we're here today on a pretrial conference. Y'all have an agreement worked out on this?
We do not, Your Honor. She has 2 court indictments and 2 case numbers in Cumberland County. She has 1 felony indictment in Monroe County, and she has 1 felony indictment in Clinton County. And I asked Miss Costello if we couldn't transfer them all to Cumberland County and let her represent her on all of them since there's 2 in Cumberland. And I'll let Miss Costello take it from there.
Okay,
Your
it's
Honor.
20, wait. It's 20 CR 0048, and I failed to call 20 CR 0052. Are that the correct numbers, Mr. Stockton?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Costello. Balls.
Yes, Your Honor, we have no problem with me represent, or my agency has no problem with me representing Ms. Gore, of course, on the Cumberland County case or any pending Clinton County case. The problem is Monroe is represented by a different office. So the way our lines are drawn, I couldn't.
It's no problem with me. I can transfer the case anywhere in this judicial district for judicial economy if we're going to have a plea.
Well, and Your Honor, I'm happy to do a universal resolution.
Is Mr. Spears representing or Mr. Berry?
I think it's Mr. Spears.
Well, you'll have to call and tell him, you'll have to call and tell him he's got this case. And you discuss that with him. Tell him that I have entered an order transferring all of them to Cumberland County. Okay? Okay, and then y'all work it out administratively. And then we can consider this case collectively on the 25th. That way, Ms. Gore, you have an opportunity to wrap all these things up. I think it'll save you time rather than waiting for these various rule days here, this county, that county. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you'll do that, do you have an offer on the table collectively for all these, Mr. Stockton?
I do not, Your Honor, because they've been piecemeal, but next week I will get Miss Costello an offer on all 4 cases.
Okay. How long has this lady been in jail?
She was just picked up about a month ago, I think.
Okay, well, we'll take all this up on March 25th, and between now and then, these days will be good days on all the charges that we've got. Okay, thank y'all very much.
We're doing all for next week on all 4 cases. Remind me if I don't think of it, because I'll sleep 3 nights or 4 nights. This thing, Lord.
Trying to find the next case. What's your name, young lady?
Amy Moore.
I'm in trouble finding this. Here you are. Commonwealth, Kentucky versus Amy Marie Moore, 20 CR 0073. Are you Amy Marie Moore?
Yes.
What's your year of birth, Miss Moore?
1989.
Last 4 digits of your social security number.
8565.
Okay, we're here today for sentencing. Here you are. Have you had an opportunity to look at the pre-sentence investigation report done by Probation Pro?
Yes.
Is it substantially correct?
Everything that's at the time served.
Yeah. Okay. Ms. Costello, what's the deal on the time served? If you look,
Your Honor, she also is a case where she had multiple cases, and from her PSI, she's only receiving a very limited number of days, and she has been in custody for a significant period of time. Right now, it's only showing 17 days. And I believe she's been held since she was indicted on this.
I've been in since October the 6th, and I had 16 days according to that date.
okay, we'll take a look at that. Mr. Garner, can you take a look at that?
Yes, Your Honor. And if we can get an accurate day, I know she's supposed to do several months in custody, but I might look at letting her out earlier if you want to, because she is eligible for drug court and can go into drug court whenever she's released.
Okay, upon a plea of guilty to trafficking in a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, the defendant shall receive a sentence of 7.5 years, served 10 months in jail, with a balance probated for 5 years supervised. The defendant shall enter and complete the Cumberland County Specialty Court, also known as the drug court. Defendant shall pay fine and court costs, and we'll tell you what that fine will be, but you won't have to pay it except for $30 a month upon your release.
Judge, her costs are $240.
Okay, so you pay that at $30 a month.
Okay.
Until it's paid 30 days after you get out. Now, let's take a look at this. Have they evaluated her for drug court yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she's been accepted. It's just a matter of when she completes her jail time.
Okay, well, you have a position on that. If she's ready to go in, do you?
I don't mind letting her go on in, Your Honor, and I'm taking her word. She's been in there since October 6th. That's about 5 months. So, and I know she's been in there quite a while, so I don't mind if Mr. Murphy.
Will you raise your right hand, Miss Moore? You swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long have you been in jail?
Since October the 6th, 2020.
Okay, and was that on any other charges besides this, or is it just this charge?
It was possession of meth and possession of paraphernalia, second offense. I'm not sure, but I think them charges got dismissed.
Your Honor, I can clarify that. Charges were dismissed as part of this plea. These charges that she's pleading on arose before that charge, but when that charge happened, her bond was revoked and she was placed in custody at that time.
Okay. When can we get her oriented? Then she's been accepted into the drug court?
Yeah. We'll send a text to Mr. Murphy and he can take care of it. He'll take care of it.
Okay. I would say, let's, since this is Thursday, let's let her out anytime after next Monday, so we can start the week off. Anytime after next Monday that she gets oriented, okay? And when the orientation is scheduled, she can be released the morning of the orientation. Where are you going to live, young lady?
I'm going to live with my dad since my mom died.
Yeah. And what's your dad's name?
Tommy Moore.
Okay. And so you can be released to have somebody pick you up, go there where you can clean up, get ready, and come in for the orientation with Mr. Murphy. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Now, this is an opportunity, like I told the other young lady, you can change the course of the rest of your life. You don't ever have to be behind bars again. You know, you can be free.
I work too much. And
Okay.
I my kids back.
Okay. How many children do you have?
I have 3 boys.
And how old are they?
My oldest is 10. My middle one is 8, and my youngest is 5.
Well, they need, right?
Right.
Okay.
I'm over the drug life.
Okay. Well, I hope you are. It's not easy, but you work with these people in the drug court and they can help you turn your life around. Okay.
I appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have.
Now we'll go back to the beginning of the docket now. We'll talk about Jesse Scott Allen.
Yes, they're bringing them up this time.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Should I just put Amy Moore will be released after Monday when she is scheduled for orientation?
Yes. So we need to coordinate with Megan.
Mr. Stockton, Mr. Carter is not living up to the tradition that Clay Hunley was always doing, where he'd chime in and complain we weren't giving him enough time.
The first order of business for Mr. Carter is I'm going to teach him how to whisper, unlike Mr. Hunley.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just quieter, Judge.
Yeah, well, now, let me tell you something. Mr. Hunley and Mr. Stockton used the whisper of Mr. Hunley to great effect. when they didn't want to have to call a witness, they just go ahead and chime in. Okay, let's go. Let's get started here. This is Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Jesse Scott Allen, 20 CR 0072. Are you Jesse Scott Allen?
Sir.
Yeah. What's your year of birth, Mr. Allen?
1683.
And the last four digits of your social security number are 8406. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we're here today for sentencing. Have you had an opportunity to look at the pre-sentence investigation report done by probation and parole?
Yes, sir.
Is it substantially correct?
No.
Okay, Ms. Costello, would you like to have your client help us correct that?
Yes, Your Honor. The issues with Mr. Allen's PSI are similar to Ms. Moore's. He's currently only showing 2 days of jail credit.
Okay, what do you say he's entitled to?
I believe Mr. Allen has been incarcerated now since at least November. Is that correct, Jesse?
Actually, since October 18th.
October. Okay.
Plus, I got from August to October.
What did you say? You cut out just for a second.
I have from August to October too. I did 57 days then on this same charge, and then I come back in here the 18th of October, and I've been here since October 18th.
Okay, will you check into that, Mr. Garner, for us?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And Your Honor, similar to Ms. Moore, his case may be, the confusion may be that he had another charge came up that revoked his bond, and that charge was dismissed at the grand jury level as part of this plea. So that could also be leading to the confusion.
I'm willing to give him credit for that if it was dismissed at the grand jury level. Make sure he gets all those good days. I think that'd only be fair to you, Mr. Allen, to do that.
Thank you, sir.
So what we'll do is we'll calculate those and we'll amend the judgment accordingly. And if there's additional days he thinks he's entitled to, then there's an administrative process that he can become involved in. Is there any other need to take a look at this PSI?
I believe that was the only corrections.
Okay, upon a plea of guilty to trafficking and controlled substance first degree, he shall receive a sentence of 7.5 years. Shall serve 10 months in jail with a balance probated for 5 years supervised. The defendant shall enter and complete the Cumberland County Specialty Court or Drug Court. Miss Megan, do you know what his court costs are? It should be shy of $160.
It is, Judge, it's $265, but he was also deemed not eligible for drug court.
Oh, he was turned down in drug court?
Just need to do the information.
Yeah, that's the information I received.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. He was, and I apologize, he was not eligible because he had previously been a participant in another drug court program, so it had been too short of a time.
Okay, well, make sure that he'll get his jail credit that he served there, and he served 10 months. The balance to be probated for 5 years. Okay.
Yeah, there's one hiccup on this case. He's not eligible for the specialty program because he was in there in 2017.
Yeah, we just addressed that.
Okay, but I think Ms. Costello was going to look at long-term treatment. If he can get in that, we might alleviate part of his sentence.
Yes, Your Honor. I was.
How many months does he have in now?
He's probably got about 5 or 6 months in. So if she can get him lined up, I don't care to let him go into long-term treatment.
I'll agree with that if we can get him in. Would you like to go into treatment program, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll agree that y'all can send me an agreed order if you find him. And I will tell you that I won't include it in the order that if he's terminated from the program or leaves without permission, then he shall immediately report to the Adair County Jail and turn himself in. And if he doesn't do that within the travel time from the place, that he'll be considered as having absconded from custody. Okay? Okay, well, good luck to you, sir. I hope you turn things around. Okay?
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we got Ronald Lawson here.
Got Jacob Scott. I brought all of them from the basement up, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I'll go to that one then. Jacob Scott. 17 CR 0013, Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Jacob
Here's the file.
Taylor Scott. Are you Jacob Taylor Scott?
Yes, sir.
What's your year of birth?
9191.
Yeah. And the last 4 digits of your social security number?
5653.
You're here today for sentencing. Do you understand that?
This is actually a motion to revoke, Your Honor.
Well, I had it wrong here. I'm sorry. When I flipped over to him from the other one, I didn't do that. Motion to revoke probation. Make your statement on this, Mr. Stockton.
Your Honor, Mr. Scott is on, excuse me, felony probation for fleeing and evading first degree, a 5-year sentence. And the basis of the motion to revoke is a new felony arrest, which occurred on February the 5th at around 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And I've got Mr. Watson to testify, Deputy Watson. He had in his possession approximately 9 grams of methamphetamine. So I don't know. We're prepared to hear it if that's what the defense wants.
Are you going to present that case to the grand jury?
I will be, Your Honor, as soon as, and I'm hoping to have a grand jury in April. I'm hoping we can present a multitude of cases. I think.
Well, have you had an opportunity to talk to your client about this new charge, Ms. Costello?
I have, Your Honor.
Would there be any possibility of it proceeding on information at some juncture on this?
Your Honor, I mentioned that to Mr. Scott last night, and he was not, he did not wish to do that at this time.
He was less than enthusiastic about it, what you're saying, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
In all fairness to Mr. Allen, we might want to postpone it because the substance is in between here and the lab. It's not been tested.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can go ahead and revoke him on the charge, or we can just pass it. Is he a county or state prisoner right now?
County, but I don't know why it couldn't be put in lieu of revocation, because if we did something.
Can we do that, Mr. Garner, put him in lieu of revocation?
Till the grand jury meets.
I be honest with you, Your Honor, I really ain't 100% on that. If you revoke him, he definitely will be.
I think if in Adair County before, we've done an alternative sentence in lieu of revocation, and they've been able to put that in as a state prisoner. I believe is what Officer Foley Bell had said before, but I'm not 100%, Your Honor.
I can enter a pin through the state for alternative sentence by the court.
You can?
I can, sir.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do that.
We'll submit an order then.
Then we'll see him on the 25th, and maybe Mr. Scott, you and your attorney and the Commonwealth can work something out on this other charge and either set it for trial, or if you would like to roll them all in, maybe you can get a better deal doing that. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, so we'll see you back on March 25th. Thanks. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, I got Danny Staten.
Danny Staten, okay.
And I can excuse Deputy Watson, Your Honor. He's still on. I don't have any.
Is he on the Scott Daniels channel?
He is. He was.
Okay. Thank you very much. You may be excused. Yeah.
Thank you all.
Yeah. Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Danny Staten. 20 CR 0020. I've got it down as a suppression hearing. Is that correct?
Your Honor, there's 3 cases, 3 felony cases, 2 convictions, and 1 criminal sentence.
0020, 0021, and 0070. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you Danny Staten?
Yes.
Your year of birth, Mr. Staten?
1/20/59.
Okay. And
4/9/7826.
Just give me your year. Just give me what year you were born.
1/20/59.
1959 is the year you were born, correct? Okay. And what's the last 4 digits of your social security number?
7826.
Okay. Now, what do we have, Mr. Stockton?
Your Honor, he has 3 cases pending and 1 to go to the grand jury when I can do it. That motion to suppress has been around for some time. You've not heard it. I think Ms. Costello wanted to have an in-person hearing if she could at some point in time. I may be confused, but that would be the last case that I would try probably of these series of cases. And
tell me what the suppression is about.
It's on go ahead, Ms. Costello.
Your Honor, it was on the stop. It was a dog sniff case.
Why do you want an in-person hearing on it?
Your Honor, I had filed this back when we were still doing in-person hearings, and I prefer for criminal evidentiary hearings if we can have an in-person hearing.
I prefer that too.
I think everybody does. I think Zoom
I prefer that too. So if you prefer that, then possibly you can go to the Adair County Jail and sit down with Mr. State, and we can do it from there. And that way you can consult with him. See any disadvantage to him or to you if you want to proceed that way. Other than that, I don't see any reason to transport Mr. Staten down here and expose him to what might happen out here in the public, or the public to what it might bring out of the Adair County Jail. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, Your Honor. And that's why I was just hoping that we could wait until we were back in person.
I don't know when that will be.
I understand.
I don't know when that will be. It's Mr. Staten deserves to know whether this is going to be suppressed or not, because it might very well have an impact, Mr. Staten, on what you do on these other charges. If it gets suppressed, he might decide he wants to go on and take the other charges. If it doesn't get suppressed, he might decide he wants to try it, or he might want to roll them all together. So I really don't think he's in a situation to make a decision until this issue is resolved. Do you agree with that, Mr. Stockton?
I don't mind. We can have the hearing next month. I'll be prepared on it if we want to have the suppression.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we're not in live court next month, which I don't think we will be, you just need to make some kind of arrangement to stay certain, and we'll get the witnesses maybe the day before or sometime, and you can go to the Adair County Jail, and I'm sure they can make some kind of arrangement to go in and mask up have Mr. Staten mask up. And, we can have it then. Okay. So I'll wait for an agreed order, and you can work with the staff attorney on getting a date certain that's everybody's available. Okay.
Your Honor, I also filed a bond hearing for Mr. Staten. Do we want to do that on the same day then, just for economy?
Well, you can have a bond. You're entitled to one bond here. You hadn't had another one, have you?
No.
Well, we can, any witnesses you want to call, we can set it by agreed order on the same date.
That'll be good.
And we might do it on the next rule day. How many witnesses you going to call, Mr. Stockton?
I've got 4 witnesses just on the bond hearing, Your Honor.
Okay. And what about on the suppression?
I think 1, maybe 2 at the moment.
Well, let's just schedule it on the 25th. It doesn't appear our dockets in the, Ms. Thompson, would you agree that if there are no additional dockets, that we should be able to find no additional indictments because the grand jury's not meeting? We should have room on the 25th. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll just schedule that time certain on the 25th. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Staten.
It's been a Lance Scott Keeney.
Okay, Mitchell York. Is that the next one you have?
Your Honor, Ronald Lawson.
Okay, I can find that. Commonwealth versus Robert Lawson. We're here for a sentencing. Okay. Commonwealth versus Robert Lawson, 19 CR 0073. Are you Robert Lawson?
Ronald Lawson.
I said, Rob, excuse me. I'm looking at the next one on the docket. Everybody's always looking at Ronald Lawson, 19 CR 0073. Mr. Lawson, you were born in 1969, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Last four digits of your social security number are 0580.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I have found this pre-sentence investigation report done by probation and parole, and there also is a sexual offender document that we have. Have you reviewed both of those documents?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Costello, is there any reason that this gentleman should not be sentenced today?
No, Your Honor.
I noticed that Mr. Lawson had not accepted responsibility or made any admission during the review. And I guess he should be informed that when he goes there, that he probably will not be able to do the sexual offender program until he does accept responsibility. Have you informed him of that, Ms. Costello?
I have, Your Honor. We talked extensively about that.
Okay, I just want to make sure he knows and he's informed about that. Okay, upon a defendant's plea of guilty, the Commonwealth had made a recommendation that upon plea of guilty to sexual abuse, first degree, he shall receive a term of 10 years, shall receive credit for time served. The Commonwealth has said they will oppose probation or shock probation. And what, Ms. Thompson, what is the court cost involved in this?
In just a second, I don't.
Should be around $140 or something like that.
Your Honor, we would ask the court to consider waiving in Mr.
Well, I will consider that when I find out what it is. I always want to know whether there are any restitutions or anything like that.
$185.
$185.
I don't believe there's any restitution in the case. Is that
No,
correct?
it's $185 is the court cost.
Your Honor, we would ask the court to consider waiving, given the length of Mr. Lawson's sentence. He will be homeless upon his release, and he'll be relying on the Department of Corrections to help him with a halfway house. He just will not have.
Considering the length of the term and the probability that he's going to serve a long time in there, if he doesn't accept responsibility, which is his prerogative to do, then I will waive the full court costs in this case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Who you have there next, Jail?
Mitchell York, he should be the last one.
Yeah. Commonwealth versus Mitchell, Jonathan Money York.
Morning.
Good morning. This is 20 CR 00059. Mr. York, what is your year of birth? 1981, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Last four digits social security number are what?
0590.
Yeah, have you had an opportunity to look at the pre-sentence investigation report done by probation and parole?
Yes, I just finished it.
Is it substantially correct?
Yes.
I've reviewed it also. And Ms. Costello and Mr. Stockton, I think that the recommendation or the offer in this case was 5 years to serve and restitution in the amount of $557 plus court cost. I'm very concerned as I look at this pre-sentence investigation report about the long history of violent behavior and weapons that Mr. York has in this case. Mr. Commonwealth Attorney, could you do that with me a little bit as to why this plea is the level it is? Your microphone is not on.
When looking at his case, he had a previous assault second case in Russell County that was amended to wanton endangerment. He also had another assault third case in Russell County. From the best I can tell from the records, he's either served those out or off paper. And I inquired of the other Commonwealth attorney on that. In normal times, I would not have recommended 5 years. When I made this recommendation, I was not sure when we'd ever have jury trials again. So that's the reason.
I'm looking at the criminal history. It's got an assault second.
Yeah.
In Russell County.
Amended to wanton endangerment first.
Okay, and then there's another assault second.
Yeah. Well, it's showing on mine assault third.
Amended. Yeah, and that was amended to wanton endangerment. And then he had resisting arrest just a few months after that.
Yeah.
Threatening. Then later in 2019, in May, he had assault third degree on a police officer, probation, and terroristic threatening. And
no, his history is terrible, to be honest, when it comes to violence.
Then you have, yes.
In this case, the felony that he was charged with was the wanton endangerment, and that's why he, based on his record, he agreed to the 5 years to serve on that. It normally carries 1 to 5, and he did take 5 on that. There was the PFO enhancement, but
well, that's what I'm talking about. You know, the PFO enhancement in the thing.
Yeah, and well, in that
I don't know.
He would, if he was convicted on the PFO and wanton endangerment, he would get the jury could give him up to 10 years.
Well, that's right.
And he would have a 20% parole eligibility because the wanton endangerment's not a C felony. Otherwise, he'd have to do 10 flat. So he'd have the 20% parole eligibility, even if the jury gave him 10 years.
Yeah. So that's why Mr. York took responsibility for this and is serving the 5-year sentence. I will note, Your Honor, the thing about this, Mr. York was released on a failure to indict and did not get new charges during that time. He was released on a failure to indict. He was out of custody and then was picked back up on the indictment in Bowling Green and has been in since then. So he has made many mistakes in his past. He served the time on those charges. And on this charge, he took responsibility. I know he's had some charges amended, but in this case, the wanton endangerment wasn't amended. Thankfully, no one got hurt. Mr. York was very grateful for that. And was he and I have talked, he was not happy with how he behaved, and he was very remorseful when we discussed this.
Well, he pulled a knife on an EMT person. And I don't understand that. And I don't understand what does it take to charge someone with assault? If somebody comes after you with a knife, do they have to cut you?
Yeah, they actually has to be a physical injury.
I mean, so wanton endangerment was the main charge except the PFO, because he said in the report, which I read in detail, that he was restrained at the time, and the individual officers that he felt that's the only thing that kept him from getting cut. And if Mr. York had cut one of our EMT officers, I guarantee him that I wouldn't accept any plea on anything that didn't have a PFO, and he'd be going up for 20 years. You understand that, Mr. York? I can't recognize you. I might know you. I don't know whether I know you or not.
I'm from Missouri originally.
Yeah, so there are Yorks here, and I didn't know whether you would be here, but if you ever come in my court again, ever, if I ever hear of you even raising your hand to anybody, you're lucky that those police officers didn't kill you over there that day. A lot of places you would have gotten killed if you'd come out there with a knife after having swung at the EMT officer. You're aware of that. And that would have been not only a tragedy for your family, but for the person that would have had to shot you. It's a tragedy. So is there any requirement for anger management or any kind of anger program in this thing?
You can order that, Your Honor, to be
But
done.
I'm gonna do that. So I will go ahead with this plea. A plea of guilty shall receive a term of 5 years to serve. Court costs are, how much do the court cost, Ms. Thompson?
They are including restitution. His total, he owes $799.85.
Pay that $50 a month. Now you have contacted Mr. Stockton, the EMT, and other people involved in this plea. Okay with them?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna make sure that that's on the record. So once he gets out, I'm not gonna waive this court cost of restitution. He can pay it at $50 a month when he gets out, and the restitution will go first. And if he will pay the restitution of $557 in this case, I'll waive the court costs. If you pay it in a lump sum, I'll waive the court costs. You agree with that, Mr. Stockton?
That's fine, Your Honor.
Yeah. Okay. So that does your sentence, and I'm more including the order of your management while he's incarcerated. I hope you can turn your life around, sir.
Your Honor, that'll probably need to be in the judgment.
It'll be in the judgment. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Is that Adair County? Do you have anybody else?
I believe that's everybody, Your Honor.
Thank you for your help. Have
Thank
a great day. That concludes the criminal docket of Cumberland Circuit Court. When are we coming back in, Ms. Megan, at
1:30.
1:30. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.